if you're new, hello, my name is Megan, and today we are going to do the June 2020 monthly budget. I'm super excited for this video, so I hope you guys are too. Please grab a snack or a drink because this is going to be a pretty lengthy video, as I'm going to do step by step with you guys, showing you how I budget the whole month. So I'm going to walk through with the pages and do all the writing and the whole budget with you guys. So I hope you guys are excited, and let's just get right into the video. So first I'm going to do a flip through of the pages that I have set up here. This is just the monthly overview. So I have the May and June calendars because my budget does start on May 29th. So I have to have the May sheet here. These sheets are from printacalendar.com if you're interested. It's super easy in printing these. It takes 2 seconds, so that's that. I have obviously the June one. And then going into these pages, these are my budget pages from my Etsy shop. It's called BudgetQueenShop. The shop has been doing very well recently, and all of the money that has been made from my Etsy shop goes straight to my debt. So thank you guys so much in all of the orders that have gone through. I am very blessed for you guys for doing that. Anyways, daily spending tracker. I usually use up 2 pages for a whole month. Next, we are going into the weekly spending tracker, which is super helpful in condensing each week into little blurbs that you can see. It helps when you go into the bi-weekly budget. It just makes the expenses a lot easier to like finish, if that makes sense. So bi-weekly budget number 1, bi-weekly budget number 2, and then obviously our monthly budget at the end. And then I do a monthly debt update, but that is in my debt update area there. So that is in a separate place. So what I do first is I print off all the pages, make sure I have them all in place. Then what I do is I go back to the previous month. I look at all of my notes and all of my corrections that I have made. I look at my emails to make sure the dates on my new bills coming up in the month of June are the same dates that I have here. And then what I do is I take a very rough draft of a budget. I just write it up super quick, go through it with my husband, and then that's how we do that, just so it's like a scratchable, we can erase stuff and move stuff around and whatnot. So that's a very quick form. If you don't want to buy any pages, just use the pen and paper exactly like that. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It has to, you know, there has to be a rough draft somewhere. So I do that and make sure all the dates are correct, make sure those amounts reflect the new bill that's coming out in the new month. So then I take it to my calendar. So what I do is I write in income and bills on this calendar so I can just reference this each paycheck to see which paycheck needs to pay what bills. It is very helpful in knowing which paycheck needs to pay what bills so that you don't miss a payment or are late on bills. So what I do first is I know that my husband's getting paid on the 29th. So I'll write hubby here, and I like bubble it to make sure that I can really see it and it stands out. So that is that. Also, I forgot to mention that I am not getting paid for the month of June. I am officially off of maternity leave as of May 27th. So for the month of June, I'm hoping to get the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit for COVID-19 because the daycare that I work at right now is closed. So I'm trying to get a hold of CRA to set up those payments. So hopefully I will be getting paid from the government around $2,000, sorry. I just didn't know if I'd get that money for sure or not. So I left it out of the budget. So just in the month of June, my husband will be getting 2 paychecks. He is back to work full time. And then my child tax benefit. So that is all for income. So this is going to be an interesting month. My husband and I make or my husband, and the child tax benefit is like exactly what we need for our bills and our expenses and whatnot. So actually it's about $500 short, but since we're getting a rental subsidy, our rent's only $500 this month. So if we didn't have the rental subsidy, we would be screwed a little bit, and then we would have to use money from savings, or I'd have to I don't know, find a job somewhere. But the thing is, I can't find a job because my husband is on 2 weeks days, 2 weeks nights, and then I would have to find a schedule to do, like, to reflect that at my own work. And a lot of places in the small town that I live in are like just barely opening and not accepting any new employees. Maybe I could get a job at the grocery store, but it's hard to do that when my husband is working and taking care of the kids. Anyways, long rant over. We are only getting 3 paychecks instead of 5, so it'll be a total different budget right now. So anyways, let's just continue. So the 29th is a payday for my husband, and the 12th is a payday for my husband. So that is that. Bubble that. And then my child tax benefit is on the 20th. I will most likely get it on the 19th because they try to send it before the weekend. I also do get a physical check because I don't have my direct deposit set up yet, so I will most likely get it on the 19th. So now what I do after that is I write in all of my bills. So let's go back over here. My bills that I'm going to pay, let's see here, are my Jeep, $267.33. Yes, that is a bi-weekly payment of $267.33 for my Jeep. I have 2 years left on it, so yeah, please don't judge me on my numbers. Everybody's budget is different to them. I choose to pay $267.33 every 2 weeks for my Jeep. It's a reliable vehicle for my family, and that's all that matters. So $500 for rent. I am only saving $500. I do get the rental subsidy, just like I said. I actually changed my mind. What I want to do, this is going to be messy. I don't have my whiteout. Anyways, so what I usually do every paycheck is, or my husband's paycheck, I say 500 and 500 because our rent is 1,000. But since it's only 500 this month, I'm going to save 250 on one paycheck and 250 the next paycheck because I'm not getting paid. And my husband's paycheck pays for all our groceries and a lot of bills, so I want to minimize as much bigger bills as I can. So Jeep, we have the rent. I'm also going to put Jeep and rent here so I don't forget. Jeep, $267.33, and rent, $250. Ooh, okay, there we go. So iTunes is on the 4th. That is $135. That is my husband's. And mine comes out on the 25th. iTunes, oops, I forgot to write iTunes. Oh my God, I'm so off, you guys, today. iTunes, there we go. And mine is $428. So that is that. Jeep insurance is on the 5th. Jeep insurance. We are only running one vehicle right now. We are not running my husband's vehicle because we don't want to pay for extra insurance if I'm not working and don't have to go anywhere. So that's that. On the 8th, we have electrical. That's $135. Next is Wi-Fi. That is on the 8th. Sorry, I have it like written really messy as you saw earlier. So $85.80. Next is gas on the 16th. gas, and I'm hoping this will be around $30, like back to normal price. So we'll see when that comes out. I haven't got the bill for that, but that is probably going to be around what we are going to pay. The 25th is cell phones. Oops. Cell phones, $207.20. And then, yeah, we already have iTunes there, so that's awesome. So that is really it for the bills. Next, I write in like special events, like birthdays or like any events like Mother's Day or Easter, that kind of thing. So my father-in-law's birthday is on the 4th, so I'm just gonna write Dad's, got a little dusty, Dad's B-Day. So that's that. I don't spend much on our parents' birthdays just because it's like, you know, they're old and don't need a lot. That sounds harsh, but it's true. So on the 25th is my best friend's birthday, so I'm going to write on the 26th here, just so I know. She doesn't eat a lot either, so that's that. And my family and my best friend know that we're on a very strict budget and like we don't have much to go on as we're coming into June and I don't have a income, so they know that like they told us also to not spend a lot of money on us, to really focus on what's important for our family. So my best friend's birthday on the 25th, and that is pretty much it for my bills and income. So next what I do is I take my handy dandy Suns pencil crayons, just grab whatever colors I want, and then I color code, which is a nice visual. You just get to look right away and see what you have to pay with what income. So here is my husband's paycheck. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be visible. So Jeep, rent, iTunes, Dad's birthday, Jeep insurance, electric, and Wi-Fi. As you can see, my husband's paychecks cover a lot, so yeah, it's a really tight budget. So hubby is here. I hope I get that CERB money. That would be awesome. It'd help us out a lot. So next I did orange for my husband's paycheck, Jeep, rent, and gas. I totally forgot to write in our credit cards. Oops, my bad. So I'm just gonna look here. My credit card's due on the 19th. Credit card 200. This is just the amount that I pay on each credit card. My husband's is on the 24th. You guys, we have made so much progress in the month of May on my husband's credit card, which is so nice. We will have paid almost half of it off in the month of May, sorry. So be excited for that monthly debt update for sure. Anyways, sorry, I knew I was missing something and I didn't know what. So I'm gonna lightly go over this one because I just wrote it down. That's that. And then my child tax benefit. I got $600 more than my usual on my child tax benefit, which was incredible, and we're using that money to pay off some debt, obviously. But I don't know if it's gonna happen for the month of June. I heard it was going on for a couple months, but you never know with the rules and regulations starting to lift up for how long we will get paid that extra money. So $300 each for each kid that you have. You got the extra amount depending on your income as well. So that is it for the monthly view. As you can see, it's really awesome to look at, a super great visual, helps you out when you get paid and you need to pay your bills right away. Anyways, so now we are going to the monthly budget. So the 29th of May to the 25th of June. I always start with income at the top, so I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see, and we will start with that. I'm just going to write June at the top as well. Okay, so here, income. We're gonna go hubby. And then I will put Megan, just in case something comes in. I will have a spot there, and then child tax benefits. So my husband works full-time, 40 hours a week, so he usually makes around $1,500 after taxes every biweekly paycheck. So I always do $3,000 for him. It's usually just a little bit more, but that's it. 0 for myself, and child tax benefit is usually $749.13. And again, I don't know if we will get that extra bonus money, so we will see in that month. So $3,749.13. We usually bring in about $5,000, so we're only off by around $1,200. So it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. Anyways, let's go down to bills. Again, for the bills, you can just refer to your rough draft, or you can go to your monthly view, whichever is easiest for you. So rent, it is due. I'm going to do 2 payments, just put half of it or like all of it in savings, and then when it's time to pay it, I take it out and transfer it to my landlord. So $500 for that. Jeep, I also paid twice, so I'm just gonna put times 2, $534.66 for my Jeep per month. iTunes for my husband. I'm just gonna write H there for hubby. That's due on the 4th, and it is $1.35. Jeep insurance is due on the 5th. It is $168.07. Electric is due on the 8th, and it is $135. And then Wi-Fi is due on the 8th, and that is $85.80. Or is it the 6th? Sorry, I can't really see. I wrote it in pink pen, so what I'm gonna do is go back. Yep, it's due on the 8th. So gas is on the 16th, $36. Cell phones is due on the 25th, $207.20. And then iTunes for myself. I have the extra storage on mine, so I pay a little bit more now. My extra storage covers all my editing for my YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff, as well as, like, I swear, I think it's at 8,000 photos of my kids. So I have to get that transferred onto a little stick, like a memory stick thing. So that's that. So my total for bills is $1,672.36. So quite a bit of our income's worth, but that's bills. I know that I didn't write bank fees on here. It's just because my May budget at the end here is going to cover the bank fees for the end of May. And then since I get paid, or my husband gets paid on the 26th here, it will cover the bank fees for the end of June. So I technically don't have to pay it for the month of June because my May and July budget are covering those expenses. So next we have expenses. What we have going on is groceries, gas. I'm gonna write all of my expenses first and then I will do the budget with you guys. Eating out, my husband's spending, my spending, kids, household, and other. So I just want to clarify that everybody's budget is different to them. So please don't judge other people on how much they pay on their rent or their car or all their expenses, because it all depends where they live, what their priorities are in life, and what their family spends their most money on. So for us, our biggest expense is groceries. It's, if not the biggest thing we spend our money on each month, but me and the kids stay home every single day. I eat very clean and healthy, which is expensive. My husband eats like a horse, and he eats a lot when he's home and at work. So for us, we spend a lot of money on groceries. That is why we have built vegetable garden boxes. Our vegetables are growing now, so hopefully they'll be done in mid-June to late June. So hopefully that will cut on the cost of groceries. It is what it is. In my small town, I have 2 grocery stores, and they are very pretty expensive. When you're buying fresh food all the time, it gets very expensive, and the meat is also expensive as well. So going into this, I hope you guys aren't offended by my budgets. It is what it is, and yours is different for you as well. So the budget for groceries is $1,006.77. I did have it at $1,000, but when I subtracted everything like bills and expenses and debt and all that kind of stuff, I only had $6.77 left over, so I put it on my groceries because that's what we spend the most money on, so that's why that number is so odd. $80 for gas because my husband's back at work and he works about 15 minutes out of town, so that is that. Eating out, I did $30. It seems like we like to go out once a month to get fast food, so I am going to allow that this month. My husband's spending is $0. My spending is $0. Even though there's $0, I do have a category for them. Just in case we do spend, we do have an area to allot that money if we do spend that. My kids, $200. I buy diapers and wipes and formula right now, so it is a lot. My daughter is turning 1 on May 27th. So I don't know if she'll be having formula anymore. It depends what the doctor says next week at her appointment. So that will cut a lot of costs if I don't have to buy formula anymore. Household is $50, and then other is $50. The other category is a miscellaneous category. It just is a catch-all for all the random expenses that we have that we did not plan for. Anyways, let's move on. Up at the top, I like to do my debt section. This does not include debt snowball or anything. It's just the minimum payments for each debt that I have. So my husband's credit card, my credit card, and my US credit card, they each get $200. I think each of the minimums is around like 120, something around there, but I like to cover interest and all that kind of stuff, so I always do $200 on each credit card. So $600 there. I think if we get my $2,000 from the government, I will be doing almost all of it to my husband's credit card. So in that case, I'll write that debt snowball in my other category that I'm going to make down here. Last but not least, again, like I said, is my other category. This is all the stuff like birthdays and whatnot. So like I said, my dad's or my father-in-law's birthday, but I refer to him as Dad. $30. And then my best friend's birthday, $30. It's just something small, just to say like, you know, we're here, like a gift card and then a nice birthday card, you know, like just something small. They're adults, so they don't need much from us, and they know that we're not getting income this month from me. So anyways, if I again have a debt snowball, I'll write it here, budget 0, and then put the actual amount. So that's what I do there. Next, at the bottom here, I write in my totals and all my budgeted amounts. So I'm going to zoom you guys out so you can see that. All right, so income always goes at the top. So that is $3,749.13. Bills is next. $1,672.36. Expenses. Oh, I forgot to write my expenses, the balance for it. I'm just gonna add that up and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. The total was $1,416.77. I didn't even notice that. Next is debt. That is $600. I leave the next column empty because this space is empty. Say if you have sinking funds, that will go there. Since my budget is so tight, I'm not doing sinking funds right now, and my sinking funds are fully funded right now, so I don't need to do that as of right now. So $600 for debt. And then the other category, which is $60. So not too much going on this month. Our remaining amount is 0. I do a zero-based budget, so that is what you do, is you put your money into categories and have a 0 budget. So you're telling your money where to go, and so you're not having all this money left over and wondering either where it went or what to do with it. So I like having such a really strict budget and a plan, so I know what's going on through the month. This month I know is not very exciting. Since I'm not getting a income and we can't make any debt progress, but hopefully I get that money and we can make some progress on debt, as it's getting very close to me paying off my husband's credit card, which is awesome. So I hope you guys are excited for that as well. I will make a monthly debt update around the 6th of June. That's when I like to do it because all the interest and stuff comes off of it. So be ready for that video. If you're excited for that video, please subscribe. I'm so excited to show you guys the number. If we're on track to doing our debt snowball for the end of this week, we will have a debt snowball payment totaling around $2,000 for the month of May. So I'm so excited to share that with you guys. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my June budget, even though it's a little boring, but hopefully it'll get exciting. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. If you're walking,